Hello, Musto006, we're about to continue on with the Mega Man 10 Let's Play Perfect Run series. It's finally time to knock the Robot stages out of the park once and for all. And of course, our last remaining one is Strike Man. We find ourselves in a stadium, a diabolically evil stadium as you'll soon see. We're greeted by pitching machines. They come in two varieties. Orange ones throw standard curveballs at you, blue ones throw homing curveballs. Yes, that's a thing. And we'll see a bit more of those later. We also have these borderline jump scare lockers that open up and fire a single pellet shot at you. Take these out quickly if you can. Avoid dropping down on the spine analog enemy, and it's already time for the sub-boss. Note sub rather than mid. This is the first of the two keepers. Faces the weak spot, and you need to jump on the goalkeeper's glove to get enough height to attack him. This is of course made a little difficult by the footballs that bounce around all over the place. The first isn't so bad, but just you wait till we meet the second one. And now we get ball dispensers. These also come in two varieties. The blue ones chuck some sort of round ball, I'm really not sure what they are. And the red ones chuck rugby balls that, true to real life, bounce oddly. And as you saw with the pitch enemies, you can also shoot these balls too to make things easy for yourself. So now we get to see the homing curveballs in action, and a demonstration of these rocket-powered footballs that launch up when you shoot them. Take that thing out before you even attempt to move to the right, and you might as well let the ball bounce harmlessly off screen too. Now the mini spikes on top of these footballs don't prevent you from standing on top of them. You can progress that way if you'd rather, but I just prefer mass shooting all the footballs to clear a path along the ground. Time for keeper number 2, and this time the goal frame is electrified, so you have less space to work in and less opportunity to attack when you're on the goalie's gloves. Incidentally, I always find these footballs a pain, but you can at least tell from which side they'll appear from. The keeper's eyes are the giveaway as they'll look in that direction. As before though, just try to take them out as fast as possible. I'd like to say the worst is over, but now it's time for the attack of the lockers. These things are relentless, and they're combined on this screen with both types of these ball distributors. To be honest, the safest bet is to progress slowly through the screen and only scroll on one locker at a time. You can always go gung-ho like I do here, but it's riskier, as I think I just proved. And oh, the shame for actually going out of my way to grab that health pickup. And hey, it's the Revenge of the Lockers, the straight-to-DVD sequel to Attack of the Lockers, and it's equally as painful to get through. This dispenser is fine. The next one, in conjunction with the picture, less so. Having said that, there is actually a safe spot that I forgot about on the first step up from the dispenser. Both the blue ball and the curveball will not hit you there, so that's where you really should position yourself. Nevertheless, make your way past the rocket footballs, and you get to encounter one last ball dispenser before the boss gate. And in case it wasn't apparent, that level is nasty. Thank goodness that the Robot Master is actually pretty easy once you get used to him. Strike Man attacks by lobbing a rebound striker at Mega Man, which bounces all over the screen, but a little familiarity with this fight will easily allow you to recognise its trajectory. While the rebound striker is bouncing around, Strike curls himself up into a ball, during which time he's actually invincible, and will bounce twice across the screen. You can either bounce high, or bounce long with your second one, and once you take note of which one he did the first time, he'll alternate from then on. This ultimately makes predicting his movements and identifying the moments when you can safely walk under him pretty straightforward. For defeating Strike Man, you get the Rebound Striker. You can aim it in a few directions, either directly at an enemy, or set it up so that it bounces off the wall and floor to reach your target. I find relying on its bouncing doesn't always end well, and since this weapon also uses up quite a bit of energy, so you don't get many of them, yeah, it's really not all that great. So let's do what we didn't do at Mega Man 9 at this point in time, and let's show off a cutscene. Ugh. Mega Man, are you okay? Oh no, he's been infected by the virus. Dr. Light, the medicine-making machine is gone. What should we do? Greetings, people of the world. I hope you're enjoying the effects of my little Roboenza virus. If there are any robots who want the cure, all you have to do is come work for me. And don't think Mega Man is going to save you like he usually does. He's come down with a nice case of Roboenza himself. Now you will finally see the true genius of Dr. Wily. The world is mine. Achoo. I should have known this was Dr. Wily's doing all along. I have to stop. No, you're in no condition to do anything. Roll. Mega Man, use this. I thought you took your medicine already. I was saving it in case a really sick robot was brought in. But Roll, you need it. If I use it, I still can't stop Wily. But if you take it, you can stop him. Thank you, Roll. Sit tight. I'll stop Dr. Wily and bring back enough medicine for everyone. We're all counting on you, Mega Man. Good luck. Be careful out there. Well, who didn't see that coming? Thought I'd show that off now so the next video I can tackle the extras before the fortress and not worry about potential spoilers. But that's the last of the Robo Masters taken care of, and that was one heck of a stage. On a casual playthrough, I actually really like it. Though when going for a perfect run, I hate it. So for this last stage, I'm going to be incredibly lazy and do what I ended up doing for my perfect run of Dual Man stage in Mega Man 9, in so much that I don't actually commentate over it. Albeit that was intended as more of a joke, given the stage's difficulty, and me claiming I'd point out every outtake. Or one of them. For the reason this time, I have no particular insights to give above and beyond what I already mentioned in the Let's Play version, or will mention in the difficulty analysis. My commentary would literally be, I got hit here, 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 and here. And here, as practically every screen tripped me up in some way. Therefore, I think a more fitting finale to my perfect run runs, Mega Man 11 pending, is to just shut up and let you watch my getting through this stage without the distraction of having to listen to my voice. So, enjoy. So for the final time before difficult analysis, let's take a look at the harder version of the Strikeman fight. Although, as with Solar, only partially, because he never once showed off his new attack during this fight. Again, my apologies. From what we do get to see, the main difference is that the Rebound Striker bounces more times from the ceiling to the floor, and it's enough to make things really rather annoying. The number of occasions I get hit here from the last bounce of the Rebound Striker will certainly attest to that. His new move that we don't get to see, he jumps to the centre of the screen, spins around and launches 4 Rebound Strikers all over the place, and that attack is an absolute bugger to dodge. Other than staying in a corner and reacting to where they bounce, I haven't got any real good advice for dodging it. He does get dizzy afterwards and drops to the floor to leave himself wide open for attack for a good 2 seconds though, so at the very least it does offer a decent opportunity to layer on the damage. Maybe I should have gone on strike. That stage was horrible. I predicted beforehand that the level part of the stage would be the most difficult of any of the entire Classic series to get through, and unfortunately, I was right. It took me 2.5 hours to finally get this stage done. short on the likes of Turbo and Plug, but trust me, every bit as frustrating, if not more so at times. I had 58 outtakes on this stage, with 57 on the level, and 1 on the Robot Master. And I'm not actually sure which number irritates me more. At the end of the day though, 57 is by some considerable margin the highest number of outtakes I experienced on the level part of any stage. So where do I even begin with this one? There's barely a single screen, save for the ones without any enemies in them, that don't pose some degree of a viable threat. All the enemy types can be dangerous. You've got the pitchers that chuck baseballs in an arc towards you, with some of these even homing in on you. You've got the dispensers that chuck rugby balls, here I'm calling these rugby balls as opposed to footballs, or more accurately American footballs, that bounce unpredictably, which admittedly is a nice touch and reflects the real world bounce of these types of balls. Dispensers that chuck things which, while bounce more predictably, can still be hard to hit and or are a pain to dodge depending on the surrounding terrain. And killer lockers which fling themselves open en masse and shoot pellet shots at you. And sometimes there are a combination of these enemies in your way, making things extremely claustrophobic. Other than a few specific circumstances where you want to place a premium on finding a good safe spot, you section with a dispenser and pitcher just after the locker onslaught and just before the final rocket football stretch being a good example, my advice is to try to kill everything as soon as feasibly possible. Everything, and I mean everything, is out to get you in this level. But wait, there's more. I haven't talked about the two sub-bosses in this level, the Keepers. And yep, you've guessed it, they're annoying too. The footballs, yes, footballs, not soccer balls, spawn in from the side of the screen very quickly and then proceed to bounce all over the place, rebounding off the gloves at times too, and it's very difficult to predict what trajectory they'll take. As with almost all level enemies, try to destroy the footballs as soon as possible. The longer they're bouncing around the room, the more likely you'll get hit by them. And of course, while all that's going on, don't forget to jump on the hands and attack the goalie's face when you get a spare moment. Oh, and remember to jump just before the hands slam down on the floor, or you'll get stunned. Wouldn't be terminal if you've already destroyed the football by this point, but if you haven't, more or less game over. The first keeper isn't that bad, but for the second one, parts of the goal frame are electrocuted, so you've got less room to manoeuvre around in, and less time to attack the goalie. So this already irritating fight goes on even longer, and is considerably harder. Great! Just what this level needed. But I'm done complaining about the level. Mercifully, Strike Man is one of the easiest Robot Masters in the game, with a very simple pattern to avoid all his rebound strikers and strike himself. It's actually a little difficult to describe well though, so the best thing for me to do is refer you to the actual fight in the Successful Perfect Run and or my commentary on the Let's Play version for a detailed demo, but essentially you can hand back to the left, weaving as I did to avoid the rebound striker, and on the second time strike curls into a ball, move under him. Then repeat the pattern, just from the other side of the screen. Unfortunately, on my first time getting through the level unscathed, I was so nervous and twitchy coming into this fight that I managed to make a complete mess of things and got hit. That moment may just have been the most pissed off I got while attempting any of these perfect runs, including my runs on Shadow, Turbo and Plug, who scored 9s, and the moment I eventually decided to give up on certain stages. Messing up on such an easy Robot Master, knowing I'd have to slog through what was, probably already by that point in time, the hardest level to perfect run, was infuriating beyond words. Yeah, I was annoyed while doing this. I don't think that was ever in doubt. In hindsight, perhaps I should have left what I thought was going to be an easy stage for last, so that I ended these perfect runs on a less frustrating note. But on the flip side, one could argue it's nice to have a challenging stage for last rather than a potential gimme, and I certainly can't deny that ending in this way was immensely satisfying. What could be my final adversary, Strike Man, gets an 8 out of 10 from me. This level is horrible to get through under perfect run conditions. 57 outtakes tell that story and then some. So why 8 not 9 out of 10? It's the level that causes all the problems, not the Robot Master. The only 3 stages that are 9 out of 10 from me, so the hardest ones I've actually been able to pull off, are Shadow, Turbo and Plug. All 3 of these Robot Masters, and yes, Turbo definitely counts when you're playing the GameCube Anniversary Collection version of Mega Man 7, are ridiculously hard to beat Buster only sustaining no damage, and likely require a fair amount of luck. I also spent a lot less time on Strike overall than I did on Turbo and Plug in particular, and at the end of the day, I'd certainly rather re-attempt to clear Strike's level than beat any single one of those Robot Masters. But with that, I'm done. I'm actually done. Yippee! Well, at least with the Robot Master stages. Of course, there's a set of Fortress stages, and as with Mega Man 9, extra content to show off on this game. So make sure to tune in next time for that. Until then, Cheerio.